the difference between living and existing, that existing means taking up space and using up resources, versus living, which means making a difference, making a contribution, justifying your existence, will help us understand what is sadness, what is happiness, what is depression. Listen to this. A person comes and says, I feel so sad. You don't feel sad. Sadness is not a feeling. Sadness is the absence of feeling. Sadness means I have emotionally shut down. So you can't feel sadness. You feel nothing. That's sad. In fact, many people become sad because there are certain emotions that they need to deal with and they don't want to. I don't want to face those feelings. So what do? I become sad. Sad means unfeeling. The way to solve that problem, somebody who is chronically sad and you want to get him out of that mood, get him angry. The first step is get him angry. Get him to feel something. And the easiest feeling to break through sadness is anger. Because sad people get angry a lot. Especially when you tell them not to be sad. They get angry at you. Because their sadness is protecting them from the feelings they don't want to feel. And when you say, don't be sad, you're a threat. So they get angry. They fight back. I can be sad if I want to. So sadness is not a feeling, it's the absence of feeling. What is happiness? When a person says, I feel happy, I don't know what you're talking about. You feel what? I feel happy. What does that mean? What does it mean? You have a really good meal, like you haven't had in a long time, and you're happy. No, you're not happy. Enjoying a good meal is a pleasure. That felt good. Now you're happy? No, you're not happy. Pleasure is not the same as happiness. Pleasure is pleasure. You have children who are miserable. They're just miserable and make everybody else miserable, but they love to eat. So eating makes them happy? No, it just gives them pleasure so that they can continue to be these brats that they are and make everybody miserable. So pleasure doesn't make you happy. In fact, there's the trap. There are people who pursue pleasure because they think it's going to make them happy. It doesn't, so they pursue more pleasure. Doesn't go anywhere. Look at the people in Hollywood. No one has more pleasure. No one. You can't have more pleasure than these people have. And who are the people most likely to commit suicide or overdose? They are. They're not happy people. It takes a lot of makeup, physical makeup. Takes hours to make themselves look happy, but they're miserable. All the pleasure in the world doesn't make you happy. It's a different thing. So what is happiness? Happiness is the opposite of sadness. Sad means I don't want to feel. I don't want to have emotions. Happiness means, yeah, let's have emotions. I'm open to feeling. So happiness, again, is not a feeling in itself. Happiness means I am willing to experience emotions. Which emotions? Well, what's going on? Give me good news, and I'll enjoy it. Give me bad news, and I'll suffer. I will feel. Happy people cry more at a funeral than sad people. Because the happy person lets himself feel the loss and the grief of someone dying. Sad people can't cry for real because they don't feel. They don't feel the grief, they don't feel the pain, they don't feel the loss. Happy people are willing to feel. So if something sad happens, they'll feel it. The sad person won't. So a person who can cry at a funeral and dance at a wedding, that's a healthy person. That's a happy person. Sad people don't enjoy the wedding and don't feel the pain of a funeral. They're numb. So here's the difference. A person who is sad just wants to sleep all the time. A person who is happy can't fall asleep. There's too much going on. Like most children, until you ruin them. Most children are happy. They don't want to go to sleep, ever. They also don't want to eat. You remember? You were 9 years old, and your mother had to force you to eat because you were too busy. You had things to do. What, I got to stop this and go eat? Why? And then something switches. And all of a sudden you're sitting around right after lunch thinking, what am I going to have for dinner? What a switch. So sad means I don't want to feel. Why don't I want to feel? Because my existence is too heavy. To have emotions on top of that, I have no energy left. Happiness means life is good. If life is good, well then bring on the feelings. I'm not afraid of them. I want them. When the sadness becomes chronic, we call it depression. When even good news can't get you into a better mood, now your sadness has become serious. Now it's depression. And depression, we got to find a solution for. You can't sit there depressed because that'll stop you from getting on with life. So we got to find a solution. When your existence is overwhelming your life, what do? How do you break through and free yourself to start to live? That'll be our next topic.